When you think of the Xbox 360, what comes to mind? Is it the first-party titles? Is it the Xbox arcade or indie games? Or maybe it's something more simple, like the social features and profile customization, or the original user interfaces like Blades or NXE. Regardless, I think we can all agree that the Xbox 360 set a new standard for gaming during its run. Now that's not to say the Xbox 360 didn't suffer from its flaws. Having to pay to play, and in some instances needing Xbox Live Gold to use apps such as Netflix or YouTube. Or how about the fact that the older Xbox 360 model sounded like a literal jet engine getting ready for takeoff? And let's not forget the dreaded red ring of death that plagued the vast majority of earlier iterations of the console. However, all that was really easy to ignore when looking at all of the amazing features the Xbox 360 had to offer. The 360 had great first-party titles like Halo, Gears of War, and a multitude of Forza games, as well as some spectacular arcade and indie titles like Doritos Crash Course, Trials HD, and Castle Miner Z. It constantly felt like Microsoft was innovating with every new addition to the 360. Not only did the Xbox 360 have an amazing games library, but it had a plethora of social features that almost forced players into building communities. You had neat features like Netflix's Party Mode, where you and your friends could watch TV shows and movies together in a neat little movie theater, with your Xbox characters in the audience. With every game you played, there were unique achievements you could complete, either alone or with friends, that would earn you a collective gamer score so anyone could see who truly was the bigger nerd. Unlike its Sony counterpart, you had access to a variety of chat options, from group mass messaging to party chats or even private chats for one-on-one conversations. And no need to buy a microphone. The Xbox 360 came with a headset right out of the box. Some games like Call of Duty had game modes that would force you to leave any such chat and communicate with your team. Or, if you were a degenerate like the rest of us, sling slurs and hate speech at the enemy team anytime a round of search and destroy ended.
Learn how to actually play the fucking game and talk.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun, you
fucking
freaking
riot shield. What else you want me to
Oh, riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield!
Tell me what to fucking use, huh? Tell me what to fucking use, huh? Tell me what to fucking use to play the fucking game.
Shut the
And
fuck
also,
up.
don't
Never
fucking
fucking
work
use
you.
it.
He's right. Yum, 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 I eat dick all day. Yum, 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 I eat dick.
Forcing players to speak in chat is actually how I met my original group of friends. It got me interested in joining clans, such as KSI, and after a while, a buddy and myself created our own clan, Mars Clan. As time went on, Microsoft began to shift away from a lot of these features that made the system great, and with the release of the Xbox One, Microsoft was now creating a home entertainment system rather than a video game console, forcing players to purchase a bundle that included to connect with their console, and marketing the console as more of a glorified cable box than an actual system.
Let me go ahead though and show you that Xbox sports offering that DJ was talking about. Xbox, watch ESPN. All right, let me set up the scene here. Imagine I'm at home watching an NBA game during the regular season, but if you're like me, I like to keep up with my fantasy team. Now what I can do though is instead of having to pull out necessarily a separate device, when my player scores here like LeBron, I automatically get an alert that just pops up on the TV and I can say, Xbox, show fantasy. And now I get my fantasy players right alongside.
So Don, how will this experience be better on the Xbox for NFL fans?
With Xbox, we're going to have exclusive content that we will use with Smart Glass, with Kinect, with some of the innovations our creative teams are doing to bring fantasy football to life, to be able to interact with others, to do things using all the devices in your living room as you're participating with your friends. So it's going to be a really rich palette for us to create. Imagine your NFL team integrated with your large screen TV. This is going to be the first time with our partnership that Xbox and the NFL can bring a live broadcast and a real-time fantasy experience where people can see their fantasy league stats, snap to the broadcast. When your favorite player scores a touchdown, it updates your fantasy league status, and it will allow you to also reach out to your friends, make a Skype call, and openly taunt the success you're enjoying that your friends aren't.
What the hell is even that?
Now maybe I was too young and naive when this console released, but I genuinely to this day do not know who in the hell asked for any of these features. Along with all this nonsense, Microsoft removed features like the community tab from the home page, hiding things like gamerscore and your friend's Xbox Live characters unless you went looking for them. They also removed the Xbox Live Arcade and the indie game section entirely. It was around this time that all of Microsoft's first-party exclusives also started taking a dive. Halo was not received well at all by the community after being picked up by 343. Gears of War 4 and 5 seemed to have good reviews, but had mixed opinions from the community, and other exclusives like Forza began to feel like the racing game equivalent of EA sports games. Now, I don't really know what Microsoft's plan is with Xbox, and because I mostly play games on my computer and my Switch from time to time, I don't know that there's much that could be done to bring people like me back to the console world. But if that is something Microsoft is interested in, then a great start would be bringing back some of these fan-favorite features like the Xbox Arcade or the indie games. Compared to its younger brothers, the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox 360 felt so much more alive. It had so much more personality. Now if you want to find a community, you really have to do your work to go find one. And if you want to experience any of these indie games, well, you're better off just buying a PC. Gone are the days of stumbling on a potential friend in game chat, or getting to enjoy a game that wasn't made by a AAA studio. If they would just breathe some life into the UI, gaming experiences, and overall community building, I think that the Xbox, as a whole, could potentially return to a fraction of its former glory. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think though in the comments below. Did you guys appreciate the Xbox 360 as much as I did? Was the Xbox One better than I remember? And could Xbox ever potentially return to its glory days? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm Slovaking, signing off. Peace.